Cedar Street. The night you said goodbye, streetlights shimmered on the pavement like tears beneath the sky. You stood underneath the awning, trying hard not to cry. And honestly, I think that moment still lives inside my mind. Rain on Cedar Street still pours inside my chest. Every storm reminds me of the night we loved our best. Now every rainy evening feels colder than before. Rain on Cedar Street still knocks upon my door. Your suitcase rested by your feet, taxi waiting by the curb. Neither one of us could speak, because silence hurt worse. Then you kissed me very slowly, like one final little prayer. And suddenly the whole world became unbearably bare. Some streets become memories, some memories become pain, and some pain arrives forever with the rain. Rain on Cedar Street still falls inside my dreams, like the sound of your goodbye, repeating endlessly. The train was waiting at the station, morning fog across the tracks. You held my hands a little tighter, like love could hold time back. Your eyes carry quiet sadness, while the sky turned pale above. And suddenly I understood, goodbyes can still be love. Goodnight, my summer love. Even if the seasons change, every sunset after this will still whisper your name. Though the distance pulls us far, you'll forever be a part of every song and every scar inside my heart. train doors slowly close, while your shadow disappeared. And somehow all the noisy city became painfully clear. But even after all these years, and every road I've crossed, no one ever loved me quite the way you once did. Some people stay forever, even after they are gone, like sunlight trapped inside an old forgotten song. Goodnight, my summer love, still echoes through my soul, though the train kept moving on. I never let you go. Soft nylon guitar, gentle female humming, train ambience fading. Long drive through the countryside, windows open to the breeze, your hand resting on the dashboard, old songs floating through the heat, golden fields beyond the highway, sunset melting into gold. And honestly, beside you, every road felt like home. Take me home tonight, to the place your heartbeat lives, where the world grows quiet and loneliness forgives. I don't need fancy cities or bright expensive lights, just take me home tonight. We stopped at tiny diners, bought coffee way too late. You laughed while rain rolled softly across the windshield waves. Then you whispered very quietly, I could stay like this for life. And honestly, I almost cried hearing those words that night. Maybe home isn't a place, maybe it's a person. Take me home tonight, back into your arms, where everything feels simple, safe and unexpected winter in the middle of July. Calm and quiet like soft snowfall falling from a summer sky. I had almost stopped believing love could still appear somehow. Then you smiled across the doorway and the whole world changed right then. Snowfall in July, impossible but real. That's exactly how your love made my broken heart feel. Soft and sudden from above, gentle as a dream. Snowfall in July still melts inside me. We spent hours talking softly till the city fell asleep, sharing stories about old heartbreaks and scars buried deep. You touched my hand so carefully, like you feared I might break. But somehow your quiet kindness brought my soul awake. Sometimes miracles arrive when you least expect to find a little warmth inside the cold, a little light at night. Snowfall in July still drifts across my mind, of all the strange, beautiful things. Loving you was mine. Tiny diner near the highway, open long past midnight hours. Neon signs against the rainfall, coffee scent and tired hearts. You sat spinning sugar slowly inside your empty cup, while old country songs kept playing low enough for us to talk. Diner open all night, where your eyes first met mine, between sleepy waitresses and flickering lights. Every little memory there still glows beyond compare. Diner open all night still feels alive. We shared fries and awkward stories, like strangers trying not to break. You laughed softly at my shyness, and suddenly I felt safe. Truckers wandered in and out while the rain rolled down the glass. But somehow inside that little booth, time stopped moving fast. Maybe love begins quietly, not fireworks or grand designs, just two lonely souls was the best. Every Friday after sunset, you would leave flowers by my door, tiny roses wrapped in paper, like the weeks before. No big words or grand confessions, just your handwriting on a note, saying hope your day was gentle in the softest little strokes. Flowers by the door made me love you even more. Simple acts of tenderness became what my heart lives for. Every petal, every bloom still reminds me of your room. Flowers by the door still wait for you. Sometimes daisies, sometimes lilies, sometimes wildflowers from the hill. But every single tiny bouquet carried your quiet love so still. I dried a few between my books to keep the colors safe somehow. Though they faded through the years, I still remember now. Some people promise everything with shiny words and diamond rings, but you loved me gently through ordinary things. Flowers by the door still brighten up my soul. Even if you're far away, your love still grows. Half-empty wine glass on the table, jazz still playing soft and low. You had fallen asleep beside me while the city glowed below. Candle wax across the counter, tiny stars beyond the glass. And suddenly I wanted somehow to make this moment last. Half-empty wine glass tonight still shines in memory, like a quiet little symbol of how love used to be. Simple moments after dark still leave the deepest marks. Half-empty wine glass and your sleepy heart. You looked peaceful in the silence, curled against my tired chest. And honestly, no place on earth had ever felt so safe. How Outside sirens crossed the avenue, but inside everything was still, like the whole world paused itself just for us a while. Maybe happiness is fragile, tiny moments passing by, but they stay alive forever in your mind. Half empty wine glass tonight still glows inside my soul, like the warmth of your last kiss. I still hold. Tiny Polaroids upon the table, scattered underneath the lamp. Pictures of our summer evenings, holding hands beside the sand. Some are blurry, some are faded, corners bent from passing years. But every little frozen moment still brings your laughter near. Polaroid heart, keeping every memory alive. Little snapshots of a love that somehow survived. Even when the colors fade and time pulls us apart, you still live forever inside my Polaroid heart. One photo shows us in the rain, sharing coffee by the train. Another one beneath the fireworks, smiling like we'd never break. I still keep them in a shoebox, hidden underneath my bed, because throwing them away would feel like losing you again. Funny how a photograph can stop a moment from dying, like proof that once upon a time we were shining. Polaroid heart, still beating through the years. Every picture softly glows through the tears. Neon lights across the pavement, rain falling soft and blue. You stood underneath the awning, waiting quietly for me. Your eyes carried city sadness, mixed with tired midnight hope. And somehow in that crowded street, you still felt alone. Neon rain tonight, shining softly in your eyes. Every drop became a memory I still can't leave behind. Though the streets keep moving on, your shadow still survives. Neon rain tonight still falls inside my mind. We walked nowhere in particular, just letting midnight drift, sharing secrets we had buried deep beneath our ribs. Then you grabbed my freezing fingers and smiled into the storm, like maybe love can still exist, even in broken worlds. Some nights become forever, even when they disappear, like neon through the rainfall, still glowing years later. Neon rain tonight still colors every dream, like a city full of memories, and you beside me. There's a shoebox underneath my bed, filled with letters never read. Every page carries your name, and all the things I never said. I wrote about the nights I missed you, and how your laughter saved my soul. But fear has always been much louder than the truth I couldn't show. Letters I never had the courage to send still whisper through the years. Every folded page still trembles with unshed tears. Maybe if I'd been brave enough, you'd still be here instead. Letters I never had the courage to send. One says I still love your freckles, another says I miss your touch. One just says I saw your hometown and suddenly cried too much. The ink begins to fade with time, but the feelings never do, because some hearts stay unfinished long after losing you. Some confessions stay trapped forever inside drawers and quiet rooms, like flowers that never bloom. Letters I never had the courage to send still sleep sunset. Yellow taxi through the city, rainy windows glowing gold. You were leaning on my shoulder while the radio hummed low. Traffic lights reflected softly on your tired, sleepy eyes. And honestly, I wished forever could fit inside that ride. Taxi ride to midnight, you and me beneath the lights, watching all the city blur as the world disappeared. No destination mattered then, as long as you held my hand. Taxi ride to midnight still drives through my mind. You drew hearts upon the window with your fingers in the fog. Then you smiled and whispered softly, promise we won't lose this love. I laughed quietly and answered like young hearts always do. Never know when life could change as quickly as it moved. Some journeys end too soon, some roads stay with you. Like that old rainy taxi ride, still carrying me to you. Taxi ride to midnight still glows inside my chest. Of all the places I have been, that ride was the best. Old vinyl spinning slowly, tiny cracks between the sound. You were dancing in the living room, barefoot on the wooden ground. Candlelight upon your face, soft shadows on the wall. And for one quiet little moment, time stopped moving at all. Midnight final record, playing our favorite song. Your arms wrapped around me like where I belong. Every little melody still echoes endlessly. Midnight vinyl record still remembers you and me. Outside winter filled the city, but inside we felt alive. Two lonely hearts discovering what love feels like for the first time. You sang quietly beside me, off key but beautiful somehow. And honestly, no perfect singer could ever sound better now. If memories had melodies, this one would forever play, like a record softly turning, though the years fade away. Midnight vinyl record, still spinning in my mind, keeping every little piece of you alive. Tiny postcards from Tokyo, still hidden in my drawer. Paper lanterns, crowded crossings, and notes you wrote before. One says you miss rainy evenings, another says you miss my voice. And honestly, those little cards still leave me without choice. Postcards from Tokyo still travel through my soul. Every handwritten sentence there still won't let go. The oceans stretch between us, and years continue on. Postcards from Tokyo still bring you home. You drew tiny hearts beside your name, like you always used to do, then sprayed perfume across the paper, so it still smelled like you. Sometimes late at night I read them while the city falls asleep, and suddenly your distant laughter feels incredibly near. Some people leave the country but never leave your heart, no matter how far away they are. Postcards from Tokyo still glow beneath my lamp, like tiny paper memories I still can't throw evenings, leaves turning amber in the rain. You packed your books into the backseat and drove away again. The porch light flickered in the distance while your taillights disappeared. And honestly, the quiet afterward was louder than I feared. September left me lonely, like autumn always does. Every falling leaf reminds me of everything we were. Now the wind moves through the garden, like your voice I almost hear. September left me lonely and never disappeared. Your sweater still hangs in the hallway, smelling faintly like your skin. I keep telling myself someday this house won't ache again. But every year when summer fades and colder nights arrive, the memory of your goodbye comes back alive. Maybe seasons know our secrets, maybe trees remember too, because every autumn evening still leads me back to you. September left me lonely, still colder every year. Even when the springtime comes, you somehow stay here. Blue neon outside the window, painted colors on your skin. You were dancing in the kitchen, barefoot with a crooked grin. The radio played sad love songs while midnight slipped away. And somehow all my broken pieces started healing that day. Blue neon heart tonight, still shining in the dark. Every little pulse of light still beats inside my heart. Even when the city sleeps, your memory still speaks. Blue neon heart tonight still glows for me. You spilled wine across the counter, laughing till you couldn't breathe. Honestly, no movie scene could ever feel this sweet. And you pulled me close and whispered, don't overthink this love. And suddenly the whole world felt lighter than before. Some nights fix you quietly without you even knowing, like neon through the darkness still glowing. Blue neon heart tonight still burns inside my soul, like city after midnight, beautiful and cold. There's a lake behind your father's farm, where we carved our names in pine. You kissed me there one summer evening, right before the fireflies arrived. Your old truck parked beside the water, radio humming something low. And honestly, I thought back then we would never grow old. The lake behind your father's farm still shines inside my chest, like a place untouched by time, where we loved our best. Every ripple in the water still carries echoes of your laugh. The lake behind your father's farm still pulls me back. Years move faster than we planned. Cities change the shape of us. You chase dreams out west somewhere, and I learned how to give up. Still every June I think about driving down that gravel road, just to see if memory still lives there alone. Some places stay sacred forever, even after love is gone. The lake behind your father's farm still glows beneath my skin, like a story unfinished, again and again. Sunday sunlight through the curtains, tiny dust across the floor. You were dancing in the kitchen, barefoot like the weeks before. Pancakes burning on the stove, while you laughed and spun around. Honestly, no fancy restaurant could ever feel like home. Sunday morning pancakes, coffee steaming by your side. Little ordinary moments made my heart come alive. No diamonds, no perfect plans, just flower covered hands. Sunday morning pancakes, and you the glass. You kissed syrup from my fingers, and suddenly time slowed down. The neighbors started arguing, dogs were barking down the street. But somehow inside our tiny world, everything felt peaceful. Maybe happiness is smaller than the movies try to show. Maybe love is simply finding someone who feels like home. Sunday morning pancakes still linger in my mind, like the sweetest little memory.